Hi, we're Mark and Kitty Cheney, and in today's video, we're going to cover step 2, commitment.
Commitment. After years of ignoring my weight, not stepping on a scale, and focusing on learning to love myself, in January of 2022, I had a new thought enter my mind. All of this stuff has got to go for me to be me. I had learned to love me, and now the stuff that was covering me up had to go because it was time for me to be me. And the next thought that came up was, wow, okay, if I'm going to do this, I am really going to do it. I'm done with the roller coasters. We had done those before. And so I asked myself the question, am I truly ready?
You were truly ready? Because we'd done diets before, and I've done them by myself, and we've done at different times the same diet.
We had.
You joined me on a few, but there wasn't really that commitment there. Unfortunately, we went back to our old habits.
We did.
So, and then, I guess you would say I'm really good at habits.
You are. Mark is very, very good at picking up new habits and sticking to them. Me, on the other hand, I would fall off the new habit. I would fall off of the diet first, and then Mark would follow. So this time we waited until I was ready. This was not a decision, to be clear, this was not a decision of we just wait and wait and wait until I'm ready. We just decided to put it off. No condition there. We just weren't even focused on it until this new thought came up, and I went, oh my goodness, I'm ready.
But why were you ready? What was the difference for you?
Because I loved myself enough. I loved myself enough to say, to finally have that thought of that the self that I loved was inside and being covered up, and all of it had to go.
But we also went through a lot of growth, a lot of training, a lot of mental shift.
Yes, a whole lot of mental shift. So when I asked that question, I did an internal check. Am I truly ready to let go of this? Am I truly ready? We had been working on lots of personal growth for years and years prior. And so this was not cold turkey, just letting go of old habits. We actually were going through, and we'll review with you in this video, all the old habits, the old ways of being that we kind of went through and listed off to ourselves and went, am I ready to let go of that one? Yeah, actually I already have. Am I ready to let go of that one? And so we were not necessarily choosing to let go at this point, but more acknowledging that we already had let go. And we no longer needed these old emotional compensation strategies. And so the first one that I checked in with myself is chocolate. Chocolate when stressed. Was I truly ready to let go of that and to say, I don't need that anymore? Because in the past, I needed it. I would say I didn't, but I needed it. And so was I ready to let go of it? When I did that internal check, yes. Yes, I was. I had learned new strategies for dealing with stressful emotions. And I no longer needed chocolate to numb those emotions. Next one, I was eating a third to half of what I baked, and I'm a good baker.
You're a good baker.
I'm a very good baker. And I would bake a lot. That actually was a strategy as well. I would enjoy baking when stressed.
There's chocolate chips and everything.
Yes.
Pancakes even.
Yes. And so I had to check in to see. And yes, I could now see my own intrinsic value, and I no longer needed those treats to recognize that I deserved something. I didn't need the chocolate cookies, the chocolate chips, whatever, to say, well, I deserve this. Rather, I just saw my own intrinsic value, and I didn't need something else to tell me that I deserved it. And then was I willing to let go of, or had I already let go of, a rebellion against all the shoulds? There's all these shoulds out there of how I should be this way and I should be that way. And
shitting on yourself?
Yes, very much so. And so the question was I willing and ready to let go of all those shoulds and my internal rebellion against them? I had been choosing to, when somebody said I should do this, I would rebel and do the opposite just because. And so was I ready to let go of that emotional behavior? And yes, I had learned the maturity to make my own choices, regardless of what anyone else was telling me that I should or shouldn't do. And I no longer needed to assert my independence by doing the opposite just to not do what they told me. I didn't need to do that anymore.
No. And
Yeah.
I found the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped shitting on myself as
Yes,
well.
you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. But I would get angry
Mm-hmm.
if discounted. And that was stressing out others.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Whether others were actually discounting you or not, you would feel it and get angry.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a long process to
It
be
was.
able to let that go.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned to see my own value.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was feeling discounted, I was feeling devalued.
Yes.
And I learned to find my own value and not be so concerned about what others said or thought,
Mm-hmm.
but was more importantly what I said or thought
Yes.
about me. And so I learned new tools
Mm-hmm.
and how to use those regularly
Yes,
and
you
be
would.
able to use those. My black journal,
Mm-hmm.
was one to be able to write my deepest, darkest, scribbly swear word thoughts and all that other stuff and just let it all out. Go talk to a tree, all this kind of stuff. That helped me to let go of the stories
Mm-hmm.
that I made up
Yes.
that I thought were real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with learning the new tools, I no longer had to feel, big and huffy. I didn't need to be a larger person to feel that I was protected
Mm-hmm.
or that my body would protect me. It was a journey, but it was all part of the process so that when we decided to start this diet, I had already had that mental transformation. Now I just needed my outsides to match my insides.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, I also learned to assert my value.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't allowing somebody to tell me if I was valuable.
You believed it,
I learned
and
to
it showed
believe
out.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I'd done the emotional work, and I realized, but I also released
Mm-hmm.
the emotional baggage, that backpack of rocks that I was carrying around.
Yeah, we both did.
Yeah.
We both released our triggers, our issues.
Yep. And I resolved most of them.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still some
Oh, yeah.
work being done. I'm not all the way there yet, but we made it there together,
Mm-hmm.
and we started this diet together,
Yes, we did.
and we got the results together.
We did.
So
We released many of our emotional triggers and issues, and we found new ones along the way. And I'm sure we'll find more.
yeah, we uncovered even more because what was on the surface was just that on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, moving on.
We were, in addition to being ready to let go of these old emotional compensation strategies, we were also ready to let go of some old habits. Habits like comfort foods and regular desserts. We didn't need those every night anymore. Those were not required anymore. Habits of falling out of schedule and unaware of time and therefore late dinners, dining out, fast food, all of those habits. We didn't need those anymore. Anytime we would sit down to watch a movie or a TV show, TV meant snacks. Let's go get the chips and the cookies, and we didn't need that anymore either.
Salsa.
And the salsa, yes.
Salsa.
Yeah, we didn't need that anymore. TV doesn't have to mean snacks. And it did for us, and it doesn't anymore. And we had no exercise program, or occasionally we had an irregular exercise program, and we were ready to let go of that habit. We were ready to start having a regular exercise program. So those habits, we were ready to change them.
I mean, we were doing We Fit.
Here and there.
Yeah, but we were,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we got it for.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yep.
But we found that we needed something more consistent, something that was going to hold us more accountable. And so we learned to let go of our old ways of supporting each other.
We did.
And that we were actually, that those things that we were doing before that we thought we were doing also caused us to undermine our success. So, I mean, see, we were critical of each other.
We had been, yes.
And instead, we started complimenting each other.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. And noticing the every little thing. You know, it's just like what we talked about in another video about picking up a penny, you know, and being richer. We, you know, a penny's not much, but you're a penny richer when you find it. So we found ways to compliment each other. We ignored what wasn't working for each other and focused on what was. Reminding became serving.
So much nicer.
It was the same steps, the same action,
It was.
but it was a different angle of the thinking.
Yes.
And so we started serving each other. We stopped telling each other what to do.
Yes, we did stop that.
Instead, we took feelings to each other. We realized that, okay, it's time for another fueling. Okay, well, Mark's busy, so Kitty would bring me something. Or for Kitty, busy, I would bring me something. So that made it work really well.
That did. That was
supporting
wonderful.
each other in that way. And then questioning became holding each other as able. I didn't need to say, why are you doing that? I would let you manage your own issues. Yeah. And you did the same for me.
That I did.
Yeah. And so it wasn't we weren't shitting on each other.
We did stop that. And his thing, when he was doing the diet on his own, it was his thing. His thing became our thing. Now we were doing it together. And we tracked achievements, we celebrated together, and achieving goals is so much more fun when we're doing it together.
Yeah.
So much more fun. And more successful all around. And so this encompasses the various things that were the points that we considered in answer to the question, am I truly ready? And after reviewing all of these points, we determined that yes, we were truly ready to begin this diet and to find success in doing so.
And we made that commitment. And we support each other through it. And, well, this is proof.
Yeah, we got it started. So we encourage you, as you are considering starting any diet program or any new goal, to really look at, are you ready to do it? Are you ready to let go of the old habits, the old behaviors, the old ways of being, and move into a higher, newer way of being, a way of addressing things so that you can achieve your goals?
And if you like this video, be sure to click like and subscribe at the bottom and put in a comment or two. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this.